Let's talk about Neuromancer by William Gibson, the first in the Sprawl trilogy, 1984 book. Not the first cyberpunk novel. Think of Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, think of certain other 60s, 70s new wave sci-fi. But this is the cyberpunk novel, arguably. Quick list of things I thought of that this is influenced, directly inspired. This is just what I could think of as well. Think about the terms cyberspace and matrix, Gibson, Sprawl books. The fiction of Michael Marshall Smith and Neil Stephenson, who are both very much, particularly earlier, Neil Stephenson. The setting in card game Android Netrunner, the video games Cyberpunk and therefore Bioshock, and also The Longest Journey. The film The Matrix, the book and TV series Altered Carbon. These aren't all just cyberpunk influenced, but these are directly influenced, I think, pretty obviously by this book. This is a ubiquitous influence. Think of early Stephen King, of Lord of the Rings, of John Carter and Conan. We're talking that kind of level of ubiquitous genre influence within technological, digital sci-fi. Has it aged well? Well, look, here's the premise. The basic premise is there's a hacker called Case, and he is down and out in a dystopic cityscape in Japan. He was one of the best at hacking the construct world, the kind of visualized construct world of cyberspace. Think you're going into Tron or Ready Player One or something. He used to be one of the best at that, but then in a job gone wrong, that ability was burned out of him. Now he gets a chance to get out of the death spiral that he's in, and he gets access to the Matrix again, but he has to undertake a weird job with few details and a lot of danger. Of course, he takes it because he desperately wants to get back in. There are a lot of strengths here. This is a very good novel, basically. Gibson's tone, his atmosphere are incredible. It reminded me of the early spy novels of John le Carré, the Smiley books, which are soaked in atmosphere to the point sometimes of discomfort. Gibson's Tuba City, his Sprawl, his Villa Straylight, and of course his Cyberspace are all luminously written locales that are redolent, that really stick with you. And his characters, well, look, his characters are stylized. They sometimes feel hard to get to grips with. But as you go further in, you realise, and it's pretty obvious, this is on purpose. The technological dystopia that he's drawn dehumanises us. It smooths off our planes. It renders us 2D. This is particularly pointed with, there's a technological, not AI, but sort of digital construct of a famous hacker who's dead, who is giving this software is meant to help Case. And the fact this guy isn't sure whether he's alive or not. He's aware he's not. He's aware that he doesn't. Does he have a soul? Well, probably not. He's just memory. He's just, a hard drive. But he is mimicking something, and he's 2D, and there's something deeply discomforting to Case about this. Especially because he knew the guy in real life. Insanity and misanthropic behaviour are the basic thing here. People are insane and misanthropic all the time. The stakes and the procedures of the mission Case is on are beyond his comprehension, often beyond his ability to really shape. Gibson isn't without hope. Like le Carré, he carves out complex places where warmth and full humanity can slip in and live. One obvious influence on Zion in terms of some of the visuals is some of the Rastafarian, on the Matrix is some of the Rastafarian space pilots who come out of a derelict hulk called Zion, and they are an influence, a humane influence on the world and a good influence on the world. But this is an angular and pessimistic book. It's prophetic and it's timely. Its prophecies are coming true in sight, aren't they, in so many ways. Perhaps Gibson struggles with keeping the personalities and stakes of the main plot clear towards the end. That's maybe the one critique I'd have, is that things suddenly become a bit like, wow, there's lots of stuff happening. I don't remember everything that perhaps is important for me to remember. But he has enough panache and writing style to get away with it. And so, yes, I recommend this book if that sounds interesting. It's historically important, it's prophetic and timely now, and it's just a very good book. And I will continue with the other books in the series. It's only a trilogy plus some short stories, which generally get good reviews. So that, I think they're called, one of them's called Mona Lisa Overdrive as well, which must be one of the best book titles ever. Anyway, if you've read this, tell me what you thought in the comments. And if you have other favourite cyberpunk novels, why don't you put those recommendations down there too. Till next time.